What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? To my peeps, yeah, you. This is a Taurus only channel, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Do you know how special you are? Now, anybody can tell you how special you are, but do you know it? Do you tell yourself that you're special? Do you take yourself out on dates? Do you buy yourself flowers? Do you be gentle and kind and loving to yourself? Because if you can't do it for yourself, don't expect somebody else to do it for you. It's called self-love, right? Are you loving yourself? Because you are something special to love. Take it from me. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have no reason to lie to you. I ain't getting nothing for it. So take it from me. You are special. You are valuable. Treat yourself as such. All about the healing. Look at here. So, to my ride and dies, you know what's up. Thank you for all the beautiful comments. Oh my goodness. You guys have really been doing them comments. I'm really enjoying them. I enjoy reading the stories. Reading your story. You guys are so strong and so resilient. And I love reading your story. And so I really appreciate that. My new subscribers, I love reading your stories. I love how you just come on in and blend in with the ride and dies. You just come on in like the family you should. You fit just right on in. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for your kind words and encouragement and your confirmations. Thank you so much. If you're here for the first time, I'm Trinity. Welcome to the channel. Come on and join the family. Hit subscribe, like, share, and we get it down. We get it down on this channel. We real, we truth, we authentic. Ain't no fake and phony here. There's no reason to be fake and phony. No reason to be. Tell the truth, be about the truth, stand in your truth. That's my motto. All right, so come on in. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, so let me just say that as I was reading the comments on the last reading, which was yesterday, as I was reading those comments, I fully got a revelation. God, and I have been talking to God about the comments, and God was telling me how doing the reading on the timeline jumper and how it affected you all in the way that it affected you. It was just not a reading on the timeline jumper. You guys gain a better understanding. Matter of fact, all the tears, all the revelation, all the things you got concerning that reading allowed me to see your healing. All the tears, that means you were healing. You were releasing something. You were releasing something from past trauma, past abuse, past things that happened to you concerning this timeline jumper. Things that you don't remember, but your soul remembers. And then some of you are able to remember because of that reading. It opened up something where you were able to remember. And if you can remember, then you're healing. Tears is releasing and healing. So what I'm trying to say is, and as I was talking to God about it, God was saying that it's not enough to starve the timeline jumper. Now it's time to heal the trauma and abuse that allowed the timeline jumper to keep jumping, keep coming, keep chasing you lifetime after lifetime. It's because the wound, the trauma, all of the things, the cords are not cut, the issues are not resolved, and the components of who the timeline jumper is, the darkness, the narcissistic, the realm of darkness that has been accumulated lifetime after lifetime, trauma and abuse, and taking you from, and taking your essence, and taking your leaving you as a shell, and each timeline leaving you for dead. Each timeline made this time, each lifetime made this timeline jumper stronger and stronger and stronger. But not this time. Again, not this time. You're stronger than it. So at this time that you are stronger, you are the boss, you are the ruler, you are in control over your own energy. Now you can heal, you can cut, you can send back, and you are in control to be able to stop this from ever happening again. Because you starve it, you heal, and you turn your back, just like you do just like you do in the body. The body that's being controlled by the timeline jumper, you've already done that to the body. But the timeline jumper keep jumping. Every time you move on, jump to people, places, and things around you as you move on. Adding more bodies to have animosity against you, to hate on you, adding more friction, confusion, and conflict around you. So God's explained to me that it's not enough to starve it. Now it's time to heal it. Heal all of that trauma, all of that abuse. Let it go. Release it. Cut the cord, not from the body, but the spirit. This is a spirit. And some of you, it's an entity. It has turned into an entity that is targeting you. Not just the spirit, it's an entity for some of you. That's how dark this timeline jumper have evolved in. So, with that being said, ask God, well, what he want, how should I move here? And so God said that we will continue to dig deeper so you can heal, so you can be awakened. We can do more reading so you can not. Now when I'm doing these readings, you can't, it's not meant for you just to sit here and look at the readings. No. It's meant for you to sit down and open up your crown to the Most High God. And as you sit down and listen and to the readings that God can, just like the people who said as they was listening, they were crying. You were crying because the Most High God had come in. As you were watching, the Most High God has touched and released some things and broke some things off of you concerning the timeline jumper. So you're not just watching a reading, you're watching it, but you need to open yourself up for what it is that God is trying to do concerning this entity, this spirit, for coming in your life and causing a ruckus. This is an ending. This needs to end, and it needs to end this lifetime. You're already starving it. It's already weak. But now it's time to heal it, to cut the cord, remove it. Because you hold the power. You are the boss, and you are the ruler of your own energy, your own life. So, as you see, animosity. Hold on. The overall energy, they can't come near you. This timeline jumper can't come near you. It's been revealed. See, I've seen a couple of readings about, but this is not fully out there yet about the timeline jumper. But once you're able to realize and to fully understand what you're dealing with, that is how you're going to be able to defeat it. And so when you know, and the veil has been opened up for you to fully understand, it can't come to you. It can't jump to different people around you, because you now know what it is. You already know what it's trying to do, and you already know how to stop it. There is no surprise here. So the tactic with this timeline jumper was to come and jump in this timeline, disrupt your life, uproot your life, come in and jump around the people, get into a suit, a body that you was close to, preferably married to, somebody that was going to be around you. This could be married to, a family member, close-knit friend, somebody that was close, that you would never leave, that you would never, they will always have ties to you. But it was okay if that was not the case, because it was willing to jump to whom and whatever it needed to do to consume you, to get what it wanted from you. But this timeline was different. It had to keep on jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping. See, previous timelines, you was married to this person, or it was a family member, and you stayed connected. They was able to ruin and destroy and use you up, dry you up, drain you dry. But this timeline, they had to jump. It was very hard. It was very difficult for the timeline jumper this time. It had to really come up and devise plans against you. Really come up and devise groups of people to come against you. It really had to jump in various groups of people to create covens and to create friend groups that hated on you, and co-workers that in a group hated on you, and it just was very difficult. It was a whole change in a dynamic. And in this lifetime, the timeline jumper had to utilize a whole lot of people. It had never been done like that before. You were in the past. It was more easier. But I don't know if your soul recognized and your soul stood up within you and would not allow the same mess to happen, but something in you was different this lifetime. And it just did not allow, no matter how hard, no matter what you had to go through, it just didn't allow you to be a sitting duck for this timeline jumper to come in and continue to do the same thing to you as it did to you previously. It's something in you, something was placed in you, something awakened in you. But this time, things are different. And as I spoke before, as I said before, you are the boss over your own energy. You are the ruler over your own energy. You're not allowing anybody to be to use you as a puppeteer. You're not allowing a puppeteer to just pull your strings. You're not doing that. You're not allowing people to come in and take over and use and abuse and steal. You're not allowing it. You've waken up to a part of you that you're not allowing people, places, and things to come in and rule you. You are the ruler. You're not to be ruled. You're not to be controlled. And you're not going to allow people to have you. You understand how valuable you are and how people have been utilizing your energy to build wealth, to build foundations, and to take your energy and sell it, and take your energy to do all kind of nasty and perverted things with your energy. You're not allowing it. These readings about this timeline jumper is reestablishing. It's waking up. Everything that you have experienced in this lifetime is showing you why, what was behind it. Now it's not such a mystery. Why did this happen? Why did this person do it? It wasn't that person. The only thing that these people did, they believed the hype. They believed that they can get one up on you if they allowed the timeline jumper to come in and consume them, they will be more powerful. And they will be able to control you with the timeline jumper's power. So they allowed it, and they also allowed that with the power and the resources that the timeline jumper had and promised, they will be able to take and be able to have more, and they'll be able to steal your resources, and they will be able to take your resources, your energy, and be able to build. So the timeline jumper wanted to have your energy because it knows it can't build. The timeline jumper is not interested in material things. What is it going to do with it? The timeline jumper wants to keep you bound to them, to it. It doesn't want you to be married. It doesn't want you to have love. It doesn't want you to look at other people. It doesn't want you to love other people. It doesn't want you to love your children. It doesn't want you to love your parents. It doesn't want you. It's that possessive. It only wants you to love it. And it wants to take all of your energy and consume everything, because you're not meant and you were not made to be solely for them. You were made and meant to have a purpose, a destiny. You were meant to help and love and be into other people's lives and be a blessing to other people and help other people. But with this attachment, with this timeline jumper, study wanted to come in and consume and take and rob the essence of you. You wouldn't be able to love, to project, and be able to help people because you won't have the resources, you won't have the energy, you won't have the wisdom, you won't have the clarity to help anybody. You will be bound and stuck to that. That is what has been happening to you lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. But just like I explained to you yesterday, you surpassed everything, and now you are fully woke. But God is wanting you to wake totally up to your past lives. Totally open yourself up to the trauma, the abuse, all of the unalives that happened to you. And release that from your soul, and release that, because those things were never supposed to happen to you. Your lifetimes were robbed from you, from this timeline jumper. Each lifetime, those were robbed from you. You were supposed to become who you are today. You were supposed to be walking, mentoring, teaching, whatever it is that you get, your gifts and talents are. You were meant to do those things long time ago, but you never made it, because each lifetime, this timeline jumper kept jumping in and intervening, and you never evolved, and you never were able to reach your full potential. And so you were snuffed out, you were taken out, You was just a shell. You was stuck. You never made it. But not this time. Not this time. Not only are you going to make it, you got the protection that's going to guarantee you make it. And so, what God is wanting you to know today is that I want you to understand that in this lifetime, you was never supposed to be hated the way you were hated. But God allowed it because now that you went through all of that animosity, all that conflict, all that hate, all of that you've been through from this timeline jumper, now you got the upper hand. Now you stronger than you ever have been. And God allowed all of this because it built your character, it made you strong, and ultimately it made you the boss of your own salvation, your own soul, your own energy. You are the boss and you are the ruler. Remember that. I've told you that 3 times in this reading already, who you are. And you need to remember that. You are the ruler and the boss over your energy. And this is why this was in your life. This is why everybody hated you. Because the timeline jumper kept jumping around you everywhere you went, building up this animosity and this hate. Because you kept moving on. You kept moving on. You kept dusting yourself off. You kept moving. You wouldn't give up. You wouldn't stand down. You kept just dusting off no matter how bad it got. No matter how hard you had to cry. No matter how people betrayed you and hurt you. How your heart was so broken. You kept dusting yourself off. You kept moving on. And the timeline jumper had to keep on jumping, creating all of this animosity towards you, projecting all of this hate towards you, so it could try to stop you, make you feel inferior, make you feel like you're a big failure, like you didn't have nobody, that you were all alone. That's what the timeline jumper wanted to do for you. But it didn't work. You saw right through it. You didn't see the timeline jumper, but you saw the truth about you. You knew. And what God is telling me, it's like your soul knew. You didn't per se knew, but your soul knew. And your soul, that's why when you will move forward, you didn't know. You didn't know. A lot of times you didn't know why you was doing the things that you was doing. Why you didn't know why you was making the choices that you was making. You just knew you had to move on, and you couldn't sit in that. And you move on. You just keep going. You just keep going until you found the answer. You wouldn't know the answer of why you was moving or what the things that you did until later on. After you was moving on for some time. Sometimes it would be months, sometimes it'd be years before you found out the reason why you had to move, or why you had to make the decision, or why you had to cut that person off. You've cut people off and cut people out of your life, and you didn't even know why. You didn't know why until after the fact. That's how you was moving. It's as if your intuition, your discernment, because your intuition and your discernment, you don't see. You see spiritually. You don't see physically. So you don't really know the reason why. You really don't have any concrete reason why you cut this person off. You don't have a clear-cut reason why you making this decision. But you know it's the right decision. It's the right thing to do. So you do it. But God is wanting you to know you are at the right place at the right time. Everything that you had to go through, everything you had to experience, every tear that you cried, every betrayal, every low down dirty person, everybody that hated, it all was for a reason. For a time such as this, where you, again, you are the ruler of your energy. You are the boss of your life, nobody else. So, without these things that happen to you, you never would have been able to be in the position to cut this timeline jumper out of your life permanently, be able to heal, restore, renew, and start your energy back over without any interference from this timeline jumper. Because as you cut, as you restore, as you bring those memories in and restore, rebuild, renew, and heal, because it never was meant to be. Just like it's not meant to be now. It's not meant to be for the timeline jumper to come in. You're not even supposed to be involved with this person. You have a whole destiny. You have a husband, you have a wife that you're supposed to be with. You have a life, you have things that is already in order and stored up for you in this lifetime. This timeline jumper have stole so many lives from you. So many lives, so many beautiful husbands and wives and children from you. But not this time. Not this time. Not this time. So, you need to understand, and overstand that this is coming out and this is happening now is because you are in a position to, just like you are, you starving, you've never starved the timeline jumper. You've never walked away from the timeline jumper. You've never took your power back from the timeline jumper. So now finish it out. This is coming in and awakening and opening up, allowing you to see this timeline jumper for who it really is and what it really is. So you can connect to your lifetimes previous that it destroyed you. So you can heal it. Now, when you heal it, then you can cut the cord. And once you cut the cord, you can turn your back. And once you turn your back, it can never come back. Right? Okay. So that is what you need to know about the timeline jumper. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'm going to look at the comments, and that'll let me know if I need to do another reading concerning the timeline jumper. Bam! And there it is. So, with that being said, hit the comments. Definitely hit the comments, guys, because I got to read the comments to let me know if I have to do another one or if this is good. You understand? I would know it. It doesn't matter what the comment is. I'm going to be able to use discernment and to be able to see, do I need to do another one concerning this timeline jumper, so you'll be able to heal, so you'll be able to open up and be able to see your previous lifetimes, whether it's in your soul or whether it's in your third eye, where you will be able to connect and be able to cut these cords, and you be able to heal, cut the cords, turn your back, and then never come back. All right? So definitely hit the comments and let me know how you feeling, what you feeling based off of this particular reading, and that'll let me know how I should proceed. Okay? If you're new here, hit the subscribe button if it's vibing with you. Guys, share the videos, like the videos, and definitely comment. All right? So with that being said, I'm sending love, I'm sending healing your way, and Trinity is